my pointer for today, and what it means is let's point some things out. So we're gonna be pointing some things out today. All right. So let's clap it up for Monday. This is a holiday season. La 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 la. And we are live. Thank you all for tuning in live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then later on, it'll be available to be able to review it again later on, on different social media platforms. But right now we are here at Hub 13. Please, if you get a chance, hit that like and subscribe button, because I want to see who's out there, so I can, go on your page, look at your stuff and like your stuff as well, so we can just go back and forth. But right now, I'm here with my two amazing co-hosts, right? We have the professional agitator, woo, 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 woo.
That's me.
Yes. And then we have quality of life over here, Mr. Willis, woo, 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 Thank you, gentlemen. So before we go into pointing things out, I would like for Mr. Daniels to give us a little recap of what happened yesterday at the Spirit of the Community with the men talking. Because, he's been trying to get the men together, and yesterday he was like, whoa. So how was that?
Oh, well, how everybody doing out there? That was wonderful. We had so many different background of men here yesterday. God must have sent them to us. Mm-hmm. Because I don't believe they just walked in here on their own. God had to send them to us. And we had conversation concerning black people and the black community. We talked about the things that we're going to do, and we talked about some things that urgently need to be done. And we talked about the black women and how amazing they are and always have been since the black race came into being. So we had a very, very in-depth conversation. It's too broad to just try to sit here and tell you everything.
They got to come again.
But you got to come and start listening and come and see. But keep up. You will know day by day what we're doing every week. Mm-hmm. We want you to come and join us. Yeah. And then challenge us. Mm-hmm. And we want to challenge you, because we want to have a better community, a safer community, where everybody looks out for everybody.
And don't forget, you and I are hosting this week.
The 14th.
Right.
Y'all, you gentlemen, this
out.
Sunday. You gentlemen are hosting this Sunday coming up. We have men that's going to be coming out, and they're going to be talking with you gentlemen. So I like it because it's an open forum conversation. Like you said, with different age groups, so different, men just coming together and just, talking about real stuff, and it was really good because it was like, they didn't even really know each other, but it was just like,
well, that's the best conversation.
Yes, you know what I mean?
That's how you get to know people.
Yes. So now moving along, I'm sure there's some things that need to be pointed out right now. Who would like to point to
I'll
stuff?
start it off.
Okay, here you go.
Oh, I have to point.
So let us know what you
I
get
hope
ready
my
to.
mother doesn't slap me, but I'll point it out.
Yeah, point it out.
I used to be bad.
Yeah, you know no fair pointing.
Yeah,
You know that. But what I want to point out, just to begin the conversation, I have to point out and come locally. There's a mayoral election coming up, hopefully next year. Okay, that's if the ICE and the National Guard don't overtake Trenton. All right, that's why I have been very adamant about having the police director, because I want to know what the plan is to supervise the streets of Trenton now. Yeah. So that a viable defense could be put up, so to keep these troubled people out of here. And I don't mean the residents. I mean those that would come in by the direction of the President of the United States. It's a concern of mine. I live with a lot of Hispanics, and we all get along. You're not going, everybody's not going to like you, but we all tolerate each other, and that's what it's all about. But I noticed one thing, that the streets of South Trenton, you can eat off the sidewalks now because there's nobody walking on them. But to their demise, where they thought that they were running away from it, they ran into it, because I was told a lot of them went to South Carolina, North Carolina, you know, Tennessee and all. Where's the guard at now? Where's ICE at now?
Yeah.
So you could have stayed where you were, you know? But I'm just wondering, in our selection and in the selective process, I challenge either party. Let's stop the clique and let's put somebody in there that's for the city. I'm pointing that out now.
Okay, so what you're pointing out is don't vote your friend in because that's your friend. Like, even if that's your friend, is your friend qualified for the position?
Absolutely.
Is that what you're saying?
No, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. We need to get more serious about it, you know, through conversations that we've had in the past in this room.
Yes,
Trenton downtown needs a theme.
yeah,
You just can't have 4 or 5 stores in a row that aren't stores anymore. You know, for the capital city, because West State Street, down to the State House, they're not gonna do anything for East State Street, where the bulk of downtown Trenton is.
yeah.
And that's why it's important, someone with a vision and has support in that vision.
Yes.
In other words, pull it together.
Yes, yeah. And that doesn't have to be the mayor. It could be a whole nother committee. You know what I mean? It could be a whole nother committee of people that have the right mindset to say, okay, we need X, Y, and Z. Now you go to whoever you need to make sure you can execute what needs to be executed.
But it would be nice to have the mayor as the lead motivator.
Yeah, but
It would be nice.
he needs to be also concentrating on other important things too. And he can build up a great force around him, like you're saying, we can push forward. You know what I mean? But if we get someone that just get in here and thinking about themselves, we're gonna be pushed right back.
Well, and also too, let's look at the past 8 years. Okay, I thought it would be great things begin to happen, because okay, you don't have a black mayor anymore. You had one since 1990, starting off with the Palmer administration. All right, now we're well into the 2000s. You know, the city still looks the same.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, just like I said the week before last week, there are over 40,000 people working in downtown Trenton. They stay right in their offices, okay? And when they do come up, okay, they're going to the pizza place, or they're going to the place where they mix smoothies, or they're going to the bake shop that have a little bit of cupcake for $4. One that you can put in your mouth all at one time for $4. It's remarkable.
Oh,
But
wow.
guess what? They're all white businesses. So what is that telling you? All those with collard greens, potato salad, fried chicken, well, you can't eat that heavy food and go back and sit behind the desk. That's understood. But it lets you know one thing too. If you want a piece of that trade, whether you deliver or not, you need to modify your menu.
Absolutely, so everybody can be able to get something out of the
Put
selection.
it out there and give them choices.
I think that's doable. Like you said, we get the right people, the right mindset. Now, the only thing that I feel like if we get someone in right now, it's just gonna push us back again as a community, because now we gotta wait for the new people to get in. They gotta know where their parking spot is, know where their office at. They gotta get rid of who they don't wanna be there, then they gotta bring their friends in. So then it's still, the community still sits and waits.
Well, all that should be question Q&As as you're selected, as you're running, because okay, the committee people, remember, they have a convention of their own, who they're gonna back up, okay? I used to be a committee man, and I'll tell you what, had some terrible discussions at that level, because in fact, you're not gonna tell me who I'm gonna vote for, okay? I'm looking for the most qualified person. If they're not in your clique, I'm gonna look outside your clique, okay? Fair exchange is no robbery. This is a hot mess up here.
We need qualified people. Although to be the mayor in the city of Trenton, you only need a high school diploma. We're past that. We need someone that knows facts, figures, and numbers, know how to get to the table, know how, you know what I mean? So we can't say, oh, well, you don't need, no, the community is changed.
Well, that's the people that are pushing these people down our throats. This is who we want you to vote for. This is, this is it. All right, Mr. Daniels, you're the Democratic, candidate. Yolanda, you're the Republican candidate. Well, it's a bipartisan election, always supposed to have been, but the Democrat has always succeeded since we've taken over since 1990.
Okay.
So,
I'm sure
I'm
Mr.
appointed.
Dan, yeah, please, Mr. Dan, I know you're gonna point something out.
Well, this is how I look at it. The people does not pick the people that run for office.
That's right.
It's just the Democratic Party people.
Mhm.
It's who they gonna bag. But you can't fight them because you're not organized, you won't come to a meeting to pick the candidate that we want. See, you can't keep straddling the fence. Everybody's trying to straddle the fence, but you can't do that. You gotta pick Mr. Jones or Mrs. Jones and say, this is our candidate, win, lose, or draw. This is who we backing. But you trying to straddle the fence and be friends, but it don't work like that, and black people end up with nothing.
That's right.
Now, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out. Name me one black leader, I'm talking about who would admit that I am a black leader in the black community. I would like to meet them.
Trenton
Big-
nationwide.
In Trent, I would like to meet one because all politics is local. But we're not having any meetings, we're not talking about making the city better. I mean, they might be talking about it, but they don't invite me. Because, they don't invite me, because if they do, I will show up. So I guess that's why I don't get
Invite
invited.
you,
But-
you're not even in the loop to know.
Right, so I just don't see us, unless I can get a bunch of black men and women. I prefer men leading it and women helping along the way. Because it's time for black women to sit down and rest. They have carried the black man for a long time. I know this because everything that I've been involved in to do different things to make the black community better, I've always had more women than I've had men, except when I was in Birmingham. So now it's time to turn all that around. But like yesterday, if we get those men back and they bring their cousin, or they bring their neighbor, then their neighbor bring that neighbor, if we can get us 100 men working throughout Trenton, we could change this whole city, we could change the mindset, but we have to open up some businesses. We have to open up some businesses.
Yes.
We got to create jobs. We got to see how many people live in Trenton, go to work in Trenton. Not many of them. We don't have no trade schools. We don't have anything to offer. So we can't complain because we can't offer them anything. Now, when we get to where we can offer some jobs, that makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
When they're able to say, Mr. Willard, I need a job. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call Mr. So-and-so, and you go down there and see him, tell him I sent you. This is what we
Let's
need
get back to that.
in
I
the
love
city
that.
of Trenton.
Yep,
And this is what we used to have.
yep.
But
We're
it
not
seems,
thirsty.
no, we're not.
We're not
but-
thirsty anymore.
Well, what happened is, we lost our way. See, this is what we done. We quit singing the Negro National Anthem, lift every voice and sing. We quit singing that. We quit singing that, we started chasing whiteness.
Yeah.
We done forgot about us, we chasing whiteness. Instead of us making our community the best that it can be,
Yes.
where people begin to come to see what's going on down there. Why, we don't have any problems in this area. What is going on? What they doing over there? Now here they come. But now with people that we elect in office, we got to have some fighters. We don't want no, we got enough of this go along to get along. See, when you see everybody getting along, that means nobody is really fighting for the people, because they all in it for self. But we need some politicians that gonna say, instead of saying, we're gonna make sure Israel have everything we need some politicians to say, we're gonna make black America and give them everything that they need that they didn't have. These are the kind of politicians that we need.
I love that. You know what? Thank you, gentlemen, because y'all pointed out some really good stuff. I mean, I know our show is broadcasted all over the world, but right now we're talking about the city of Trenton, New Jersey. Y'all know the saying, Trenton makes the world takes, and that is what we're talking about. Even if you live somewhere else, if y'all going through an election time or something like that, pay attention. Make sure that what you need for your community, your needs become met. We can't keep playing around.
That's a significant point. That's a very good point, because that's what we're not doing. I'd rather stay home than be bothered. That's because you're not thirsty. Now, we're gonna take that thirsty and we're gonna carry it through a couple more broadcasts.
Yes.
And point out what thirsty is and take you on a trip down memory lane. All of them are in the ground now. That made it possible for Doug Palmer to be mayor of Trenton, the first black mayor. And they came from Newark, they came from Philadelphia, they came from Camden, you remember, they came from all over to make sure that the polls were correct, because the white police were at the polls at the time and would arrest you because they knew you and knew you had warrants.
Really?
Yes, true story. See, that's when you're thirsty.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But you're
We
not
ain't
thirsty
We ain't
anymore.
thirsty enough.
We
Okay.
start chasing money.
Thirsty enough, you're not thirsty
Thirsty, period.
anymore.
We see, we don't demand, all right, you take the governor, take the governor. He came around, everybody said, this is the man right here. This is our man right there. Okay, so we voted for the governor. What has the governor done for Trenton?
Nothing.
It's, when Christie was the governor, he didn't give Trenton any money.
No,
They-
he built in
They
Trenton.
put Trenton
He
on.
built in
Yeah,
Trenton.
they put Trenton on the plantation.
Mhm.
Started giving them little money,
Taking away stuff.
And taking away stuff.
Taking away stuff.
but my thing is this, when I say we need some politicians that's gonna fight, you don't even read anything about the people that represent us. You don't hear anyone where they fighting and arguing, you don't hear anything.
Nobody
Well, I'm
named
gonna tell you
them
what, it's, job rating, average to below average. Bonnie Watson Coleman is retiring. I did get wind that she is having a retirement party, so I hope you're on the list, because Bonnie, has been around a long time.
We would
She
love to
started
take-
off with her father, who at the time was a freeholder, okay? And I've never known Bonnie to work any other place but in the political system. So, but you see, when you're thirsty, the move from the assembly to the House of Representatives was thirsty. Called in markers, did that, did the other, okay? But that's when you're thirsty, okay? And when you feel that you deserve it. When are we going to feel that we
Get back to
deserve
that.
it? Which is
Yeah.
an echo off of what Mrs.
Yes,
Daniels is
yes,
saying.
so you know what, so prayerfully, hopefully, within her retirement, she takes a moment to enlighten other people so we can help and go through that rank, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't just retire and let it just die down and don't nobody know the secret to the sauce.
But this is what happened, like she's retiring. Now you got people that state representatives, they're all already looking to get her job. So somebody got to stay where they are. Somebody got to stay where they are.
Now, I haven't heard any names yet,
Somebody got to,
but the next one to fill her spot, because she's the 12th congressional district.
Right.
Depending on the 15th congressional district, which is Trenton, which you will pull that black vote out. But now, with the Hispanic population the way it is now, okay, it's not assurance. I think that the next candidate for her seat will either be Hispanic, which is fine with me, or white, and we will be underrepresented.
I think I would probably throw my hat out there and say Verlina Reynolds Jackson.
I thought of her too, but you know something? She doesn't have she doesn't have the time. You know, Bonnie had what, 20-some years invested, more than that, before she even threw her hat in
Right.
for this. And you know, that means you knew people from all over the state.
Yeah.
So somebody from Newark would call somebody from East Wind and say, you know, we need to put her in. Okay?
But-
Because her father was this, that, and the other. Now, Johnny Watson, in my view, was like Reverend Woodson and the rest of them. They were thirsty. And all you had to do was call them. And I'm going to tell you what, they would give you a call back. They could either do it for you through connections, or they couldn't do it.
Johnny Watson, Reverend Woodson, and Bo Robinson used to be in the steakhouse. They used to be up along with a lot of other people. They,
You're right. No,
they
you're
used to be
right.
in the steakhouse. But what we need is, we need somebody that's concerned about the city.
Yeah.
We're tired of people that wants to be on television. I can see it if you're on television trying to bring some business. You take a trend, you don't have a movie theater, you don't have a bowling alley, you don't have an anchor store downtown. You don't have a store to attract people downtown. The parking is terrible. The parking is really terrible in the city of Trenton. You don't know where to park. cause you're gonna get a ticket. They gonna give you a ticket.
Mhm.
And these tickets are high. What they need to do, what they need to do is, what we need to do as a people, we need to sit down, make sure that we, whoever comes to run for office, that we be able to interview and talk to them.
And dotted the i's and crossed the t's.
And you know, I'm tired of people just putting up a sign saying, I'm running for this.
That's right.
They don't come and tell their program or what they running for, what they gonna do, what their vision is. Everybody know the problem, but what is the vision that's solved?
Okay, so here we go right here. So what we're saying is, if you wanted to come and talk, you are more than welcome to make a donation to come onto the show, because we cannot allow them to just come on the show for free. I already just did the research, because they can make a donation to the show, right? That will help their campaign. So if you wanna come onto the show, give us a call, 609-577-1173, or YR535@msn.com, because we wanna hear from you, because it's about the community. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure that everyone is being able to be heard. You wanna come on here? We're here. You know, you wanna come on a Sunday? You know, the gentlemen are here. We have the platform, but we need to find out who is the leader. You know what I mean? Like, who is gonna be leading the charge? And we need to know.
Who is the leader, or who
Either
we
one.
decide as a group to put it out there that this is who we want to endorse.
Yes.
The people that, the people that you depend on me to push that lever, okay, respect, because respect is due.
Yes.
That's because it's not your choice, it's our choice, and that's why it's so very interesting and so very, important. Come out on Sunday.
Come out.
Well,
Come out.
I'm tired of voting for people that you vote for and don't see anymore.
That's
I'm
right.
tired of it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
or the ones
You
that
vote
jump
for
up
them,
and
right.
want you to vote
They
for
don't
who you
tell you
haven't
what,
seen.
they don't
That's
tell you
right.
what's going on.
Yeah.
They trying to take the water work from the city of Trenton. I don't hear any politicians talking about what we gonna do to put up a fight, what we need to do or what we should be doing. I don't hear anybody that we elect is saying anything.
A lot of crickets
Well,
going
They're
on.
not saying
Give us a
anything.
theory about the waterworks.
And that-
It's a one-liner. Why do all the municipalities that have been
Using the water.
serviced by the city, okay? Ewing, Lawrence, Hamilton, East Windsor, West Windsor, whatever the case might be,
Mm-hmm.
all right? Why all of a sudden is everything so wrong? Because do you want to sell to American Water?
No, they wanna control it.
But
Now-
why don't you ask them for their money? They're utilizing the water, they should be paying their water bill, because if I don't pay my water bill, it's 25 cents, they gonna cut me off.
But this is what I would do. This is what I do. Because see, with these judges nowadays, when you go to court now, you don't know how you gonna come out.
You're right. That's right.
There's nothing fair about the judiciary system in America. Believe me, starting with the Supreme Court, that racist. You got two blacks on the Supreme Court, and you got a racist Supreme Court. You got a black man that's racist against his own people.
But married to a white
Clarence
woman.
Thomas.
Married to a white
Clarence
woman.
Thomas from South Carolina.
Mhm.
You got a Senator Scott, a black man from South Carolina, is a racist against his own people. See,
That's why they keep them around.
this is what we have to deal with when we're thinking about
Who's
who
the guy
we
from
vote
Florida?
for.
Who's the guy from Florida?
Brian Donaldson.
Okay.
Brian Donaldson.
Speaks very well of nothing.
And he say, but one thing you notice, you can tell a Republican from anybody, black, I'm talking about black, you will never hear him say, or her say, anything nice about black people. Never. Never. You never hear a Republican, black, on television, say something nice about black people. They get on there, they try to destroy President Obama, they try to destroy Dr. Martin Luther King, anything that's positive for blacks, they are against it, they are black.
And speak very well about the president of the United States.
Yeah.
It's almost enough to make you vomit.
But you know, and you have to say to yourself, okay, everybody has their own opinion, just like everybody has an a-hole, right? So you just say, okay, whatever. But then you get on there, just like we say what we say, and then you get the stars, the people that have influence, and they say such the stuff like, oh, he's a king, and we need to worship him. And you're like, you know
That's
what,
it.
I'm not even watching your show anymore. You know how many shows I had to stop watching last week?
Oh, I just imagine.
You know what I mean? And so it's
But
like, you know.
what about Prince Harry? I thought that was very funny. That lets you know President of the United States is really old, dementia. You know, you're losing it, buddy. You're losing
But
it.
tell us about Prince Harry.
Prince Harry said, oh, I see the American people elected a king. No, well, you know what they're saying? You don't come to the host country and insult the president.
Yeah.
Well, you know something? He called himself a
You
king.
call yourself a king?
I'm gonna be a dictator for one day. Number two, you're not concerned about anybody in the United States. I'm kind of glad they toned you down a little bit to give you the soccer Medal of Honor, because that's the only
But it
medal
was
that you're gonna
fake,
get.
not real.
You gotta ask yourself this question. What good is the Congress of the United States?
None.
What good is the Congress?
What's as good as the Senate?
But we're gonna get to them too.
Mhm.
So, and then Donald Trump is a king. What else can he be? Everything he wants, he gets. That's what kingdom is. The Supreme Court. No matter what Donald Trump say or what he does to other people, they're going to back him.
Well, how could you want to hold on to power that you don't have? Because you're dominating it. You're taking over the whole stage. Shit, I'd rather not be. Don't reelect me.
Yeah, but that's not what they want. See,
But what power do you have?
But see, black people don't have any power in America. Black people have no say-so in America. None whatsoever. Now, you bring all these blacks to me and show me one of them that got some say-so that changes things in America.
Not a one.
You don't have one. You don't
Not
have
one.
any blacks with any power.
They wanna lie.
Because they're chasing whiteness. I'm telling you what they're doing. They are chasing whiteness. When you hear a black guy say, I had to get out of that neighborhood, I got out. What do you mean you got out? You got out of what?
Mm.
And my question is, this is my question to all black men, all these tough black men that say, that's what they say. I grew up in the project, it was bad, it was this project, that, but man, it was rough. Okay, you grew up in the project. Did many white people live in your project? No. So where y'all get all these white women from? Where did y'all get from? So that means y'all left,
That's the neighborhood.
y'all left the black women because they didn't live in the projects.
No, they did not. And if they did, they looked so much like, well, I'm not gonna go into that, but
So,
what they say about the
they
Puerto Ricans, the
agree.
island with the trash?
We start chasing black people start chasing whiteness. Not white men or white women, but whiteness. They want to be accepted by white people. I want to be accepted by the people that I'm around every day.
Absolutely.
My daddy told me, these are the people that you want to be respected by, the people that you deal with every
you know
day.
in your
He said,
neighborhood.
because people that don't know you, they're not going to bother you.
Yeah.
But if you get to 80% of the respect of the people around you, and the other 20% that don't say anything to you, you're doing good. You are doing good, because nobody's gonna like everybody, because everybody didn't even like Jesus.
How about that?
And he came to save. So we in a fight. But we got to first admit that we are in a fight.
We gotta first admit we're hungry.
You
We're
understand?
not hungry anymore.
You know,
thirsty.
Thirsty, hungry.
we're not being honest to our children.
No.
We're not being honest to the elders before us. We're just not being honest.
It's
We
enough
are
of that.
not
You gotta
being
stop
honest.
doing that. So listen, we ain't gonna hold y'all up. So come back December 14th, 2 p.m., 13 West Front Street, Trenton, New Jersey, and we're gonna be also
Tell them
live,
what time.
2 p.m. So come back, and these gentlemen will be hosting. We'll have other gentlemen here, and we'll be having a conversation again. The theme is teaching a man how to fish. So this next week we'll be having actual fishing poles, okay? So that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be throwing that line out, and we're gonna be seeing what we can wheel back in. So that's what we're gonna be doing up until 2026. We're gonna finish out the rest of 2025 fishing and going into 2026 with a slew of young men, no matter how old you are, that is either you are a leader or be put into a leader
Can be
position.
molded into
Yes, so
one.
these gentlemen are gonna be looking to mold and put some leaders in place.
Because actually, when you know your history, and this, between even yourself, Daniels and myself, you got over 100 years of history that
Yes.
right off the top of the head, and it's very interesting. Remember one thing, it took 95 years to put a person of color back into Congress after Reconstruction.
You know something? So pay
95
attention,
years.
because these men in 2026 They will be starting their leadership academy. You will get a certificate. You'll go through their program. You'll hear some conversations. They take you back to the history. And when it's over, you'll be able to get a certificate saying, hey, we went through their leadership program. You can do whatever you want with that certificate. Y'all like that, right? How about that? So listen, we will see you all back here Sunday, December 14th, 2 p.m. at Hub 13, which is located 13 West Front Street, Trenton, New Jersey. And Hub 13 stands for Helping Urban Businesses. I'm your host, Yolanda Robinson, and we have here.
Oh, Javante and Clarence Willis.
George Daniels from Birmingham, Alabama.
All right, y'all. We'll talk with you soon. Woo! Yeah.